Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Reach out, touch what was once.
Scott Player Popcorn fan here. Hi everyone. Scratch that. Reverse it. Hi again everyone. Scott Player Popcorn fan here, and in this video, I want to do a full in-depth review of the Wonka movie, which I just saw with my best friend Sean, aka Cash Vault. I did a review with him that will be uploaded on his channel as well. So, but I also want to do my own review on my channel. So yeah, this movie. If there's anything worth saying about it that's worth praising, it's the score. I thought this movie had an amazing soundtrack. It's a musical just like the original film and the remake, and I think a lot of the musical numbers, the choreography, all of that was really well done. And this is coming from someone who doesn't really like musicals that much, but with I loved the choreography. It was really well done, and I think Timothée Chalamet. I think he has a great singing voice, and he's an amazing dancer. From what I've seen in this movie, he's an amazing dancer. That's easily the best thing about this movie. It's Timothée Chalamet as Willy Wonka. I think he excels as the character, and making the character his own while not trying to recreate the same kind of performance that Gene Wilder did or even Johnny Depp. He does his own with the character, and that's what I really appreciate about it. Well, at the same time, this is a younger version of Willy Wonka because, the actor himself, he's 27. He's like my age. He's turning, like, the actor himself, Timothée Chalamet, he's turning 28 in a couple weeks, so he's my age. And I think easily one of my favorite actors in this movie, other than Timothée Chalamet himself, was of course Hugh Grant as Lumpy, the Oompa Loompa. Or Lofty. And I loved his character. He was a scene stealer. I loved the Oompa Loompa. And also, another thing worth mentioning about this movie is that it's a very charming, very heartwarming film. It's the kind of film that you can just feel really good about after seeing it and feeling happy. And I definitely felt really happy after seeing this movie. It was very satisfying as a movie that uplifted my spirits, as well it did it with my friend Sean, because he loved this film as much, and I love this film too as well. Granted, the original 71 film, it's always going to be my best. It's always going to be the best movie to me in this franchise, no matter what new movie they make. The original film will always be my favorite, and this one, pretty close up there. I love the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory remake too as well, but this movie also, like, none of these movies are bad. None of them. I love this film, and almost all the actors, except with a few exceptions, I thought did really good in the roles. There were a couple characters in this movie where like it was the villains. Like, some of the villains in this film felt very like cartoonish villains, like very one note and not well developed. And that's sort of where my criticisms go in regards to this movie. Like, it's mainly just towards the villains. But I liked how they incorporated the character of Arthur Slugworth in this film, because that sort of helps connect it to the original a little bit, because there is a character in the original film, Arthur Slugworth, who is like trying to be a spy, essentially trying to uncover the secret of one of Willy Wonka's inventions of candy. And throughout the original film, we are led to believe that this one character is Arthur Slugworth, but then it's revealed at the end of that film that it's not, that it's someone working for Willy Wonka. So the real Arthur Slugworth we never actually saw in the original film, which makes me think that the Arthur Slugworth that we saw in this film is the real Slugworth. And whoever that was working for Willy Wonka wasn't that actual character. That's something worth noting, that I don't think a lot of people talk about in regards to the original film. The Arthur Slugworth character wasn't the person that we were seeing throughout the film. I think it was actually this person that we saw in this film. So I think that's really fascinating. And I liked his villain arc throughout the film, even though he wasn't fully well developed either. But I liked the character. It was really interesting to seeing him. And I know he's not the same actor, but he reminded me of Phil Lewis from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and Sweet Life on Deck. He reminded me of him, even though it wasn't the same actor. He reminded me of him. I don't know why, but he did. And I just think that maybe like a couple writing choices in this film didn't all work for me, but also the humor. Like, this movie is a comedy, it's a musical comedy, and there are some amazing comedic moments in this film that I laughed at a lot. And throughout the film, you're following the character of Willy Wonka, and you actually get the reason why he became a chocolatier. And it's a really touching when you learn about that, and also this other character of Noodle. I don't know the actress that played the character, but I thought she was great. I loved her character, and we get to learn more about her, and it was really touching and moving. And there were a couple times in this film where I cried, and I think they did a really good job with that character. There's this one amazing scene with a giraffe, which actually kind of reminded me of The Last of Us. There's like a giraffe scene in The Last of Us video game and the TV show, and like the giraffe scene in this movie kind of reminded me of that a little bit. And it was an amazing moment. It really was. Like I said, the musical numbers, the choreography, the singing, all of it was really well done, and I loved it. And overall, like, by the end of this film, you realize that Willy Wonka, it's really moving, because you finally get that moment where he's realized his dream, and it's just such a moving moment for people that have such a big dream that they want to accomplish. And that's a theme that's addressed throughout the film, where people are always saying no to you. People are always saying no to you when you have a big dream that seems impossible to accomplish. And that's an important theme that's addressed in this film. You have a really big dream. You want to go after it. You want to accomplish it, but everyone is always telling you no, and are either teasing you or bullying you, and you gotta stand up to those people. You gotta, confront your fears of what other people might say about that dream of yours that you have. And that's a very important theme that really spoke to me. I have a dream too. As someone who loves film, my biggest dream is to work in film, and I hope that happens someday. I really do. And yeah, this movie moved me in quite a few ways. I loved it. This is definitely an A grade for me. And yeah, that's my review of Wonka. It was an amazing film. It's worth seeing. And while it doesn't do a whole lot to actually be a prequel story, it does lay the foundation for this character and can lead to a possible sequel, which I might do a separate video for at some point, of what they could do for a possible sequel to this. But still, if they did make a sequel to this, it could still be a prequel to the original film. And that'd be rather fascinating to me if they do. So yeah, that is my review. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. All right, guys, take care. Peace.
Just in your imagination. Don't be shy, it's alright. If you feel a little trepidation, sometimes these things don't need